Alright, what do we got here? Oh, chat, this guy is cooked. Oh, pre-fire. Pop it open. Warming up those fingies. And now he's just not missing any shots? That can't be how that works. Moving on. Ooh, obelisk. And chimps and VR helmets. And a legally differentiated enough version of film score.
Game begin.
Off-seas, we've been around for about two to 3 years now. We started during the pandemic. We started with virtual tournaments, getting students, from across the province to be able to play together. One of our short-term and long-term goals has been to, provide an opportunity for an in-person event. We actually have teams coming from all over the province. Some of the other titles that we've supported through Off-sea has been League of Legends, Smash Brothers, Valorant. So we of course have Rocket League, and our most recent one will be Minecraft Education. So we try to choose whatever title our players want to play. So as long as we have demand for a title, that's the title we go with.
You better listen up. Listen when I'm feeling it. Yeah, I got a hit list. Never chasing any bag, only teach where to place them. Solo on a throne, don't need another man telling me how to live my life lavishly. Cause I'm built different, boy, let me speak. Try but tiny, but you take it to the main dish.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You know the name and you know the voice. My name is Gareth, and I'm going to be joined by the ACAD of Call of Duty GOAT, TMC. How's it going, man?
Good, you?
I'm doing pretty good. You know what? We have a very exciting match today. We've got Conestoga Condors' varsity team going head-to-head against St. Clair's varsity team of Call of Duty 7. Made the update recently, and I think the players are feeling decent about it.
Yeah, definitely. It's a nice refresh, kind of going into the future when it comes to Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So it's definitely better than the past games.
I got you. Okay. You know what? I've heard some mixed reviews about the movement system, but one thing that I did learn recently is apparently, and you didn't really hear from me, that the campaign was made by AI. Agree? Disagree? Never played it?
I've never touched a campaign.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you the last time I played a campaign in Call of Duty.
All right. Fair enough. It's just about the ranked grind. But, enough about the campaign. Let's get into who we're taking a look at tonight. We've got our brand new roster here, Mince, Neb, Frizzy, and Savvy. And if I'm not mistaken, Neb is a bit of a veteran.
Yeah. I mean, he is probably the unk on the squad now. Frizzy, I think, hasn't beaten time with the Condors, but he's definitely the unk on the squad.
And then I can't say I remember Savvy's name all that much. Was he here in prior years?
Yeah, so Savvy played on our varsity team for the end of MW3 and the start of BO6.
Gotcha.
And then he was on academy with us in the end of BO6 last semester.
All right, so there we go. So, Savvy's been around the block, and I believe Mince has been around the block as well, being our resident search and destroy kid, if I got that right. He's a bit of a demon on the SMGs, but I think he's the AR now?
He likes to run more of a flex run.
That is correct. He's a flex. He's a bit of a flex. But let's take a look at the standings right now, because we got a new season coming up here, or at least it hasn't been on for too long. Conestoga doing quite well, 4-1 as of right now, being in that nice 4th place. So we are in the upper bracket. So we're not at any risk of elimination, but obviously St. Clair, honestly, they've been doing insanely well pretty much every single year. So 5-0, pretty standard for them. But Northwood, they're a team that I haven't really seen a whole lot of, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I think this is the first time that Northwood is in this division, so we don't usually see them that often within the CCL. But this year, just based off of geo factors, they've fallen into the same division.
Okay.
But no, Northwood has always been a top 4 team when it comes to collegiate Call of Duty.
All right, okay, and hey, this year is certainly no exception. They are completely stomping, might I say. But let's get into the match here. Yeah. Let's take a look. So, with the bands out of the way, and all the map picks. What are your thoughts so far? Have we played a lot of Den?
I mean, both the varsity and the academy team scrims these maps quite often. But we're gonna see a triple Den within the hardpoint, overload, and search and destroy. First S&D is going to be exposure, and then we're going to play Blackheart for map 4.
All right.
So seeing the triple den is quite interesting.
Oh, yeah. If it ever goes to a Game 5, all the players are going to be very practiced on that den map. And actually, Overload is something I do want to touch on, and we'll probably talk about it later when it actually comes down, but that is the new game mode. Has it been in any other Call of Duty games before?
It's never been officially been in any other Call of Duty, but it's kind of splits of other game modes from previous CODs.
Okay.
The easiest way to explain it is
like
it's
football,
basically,
right?
yeah, so Uplink, which was in the jetpack CODs, you would take a ball and deliver it to a spot and the other team spawn, but also like a mixture of capture the flag.
Yeah, that's right. Essentially, there's the EMP in the middle of the map, not the trophy, the EMP in the middle of the map, and you have 2 zones on your team's side of the map, and you have to take that trophy without dying. No, the EMP without dying, and you have to get it back to one of your zones in order to score points. And then I think it's first to 8 points wins, or do we do it by time here?
So the first half it's either done by time or the first team to 4, and then they go into the second half. If a team does get to 8, that is the win factor.
Okay.
Or time running out, and then there is overtime if somebody has EMP.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, maybe we'll see some overtime, but let's take a look at some stats. Mince, I believe, honestly, is our KDA player. He has a crazy amount of damage every single round, and he was absolutely going off when I saw him in Call of Duty 6 on Search and Destroy.
Yeah, I believe these would be stats from this term as well as last semester in BO6, just looking at the total number of kills.
Yeah.
But having a 1.35 KD with playing in the Super Conference is very impressive. And then averaging 2,376 damage, that is very impressive.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's just respawn or if that includes S&D. If it does include S&D, that's a really good average.
Oh, absolutely, because S&D... Wait, no, I'm thinking of something else, I think. Oh, jeez, what's the one where... No, that is Search and Destroy. So you have 1 life, there's a bomb you have to either plant or defuse. Okay, yeah. I mean, hey, considering people only have 1 life in that round, like, that's a crazy amount of damage. Only 100 health per person, like, that's like 20 kills a game, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably pretty bang on with that.
Something like that, yeah. Point is, if you ever want some interesting POVs, take a look at Mince's gameplay. He's always there. He's always fragging out. And if you do want to catch his POV, make sure you check us out, Condors Esports, on Instagram for all the amazing esports moments. And make sure you stick around and follow the Twitch account, because I believe next week, Conestoga is going to be going head-to-head against St. Clair once again. So one of these teams is going to be getting their revenge next week.
Yeah, so we're playing the St. Clair Saints today in CCL, and it just happens with how schedules lined up that they will be playing them in the Super Conference of NACE next Wednesday.
Gotcha.
So in around 8 days from now.
All right, okay. A little bit more than a week, but still in the same ballpark. But let's get away from the scheduling and start getting into the match. Den for Hardpoint. I believe this is St. Clair's pick, and we'll see how both these teams fare off, right? It's, start of the series here, best of 5 or is it best of 3?
This is a best of 5 series.
Okay, gotcha.
And as we see on screen there, we're showing the last 4 hardpoint scores. So the Condors have been pretty confident when it comes to hardpoint.
Yeah.
I would like to see the Condors get on the right side leading into this map number 1.
All right, and there we go. Guns are loaded. Let's kick this baby off. Mince, maybe standing watch for his team. We like that.
Yeah, I'm also seeing that some of the Saints players are also not moving. This is definitely going to be getting ended.
All right, okay, good warm up. All right, now we're feeling it. So St. Clair takes round 1. All right.
Yeah, to kind of explain what's going on, there's a glitch in the game right now where when the game starts up, it randomizes all the teams.
Oh,
and to fix it, the host has to turn on team assignment. But there's another glitch right now where the host gets stuck on whatever team they spawn on. They can't
are you
switch
serious?
sides.
Man, glitches in Call of Duty? What?
Yeah,
I
mean,
can't believe it. What?
It seems every year the glitches get worse. You think they would get better,
right? That's what I'm saying.
But
oh, geez. What's that one perk? I heard that one perk is still broken. I think it was close call or close shave.
I don't even know what perk you're referencing.
Okay, well, never mind. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. I'm new to Call of Duty.
I know in BO6 we had a glitch with Ninja, but
really,
from what I know, there's no glitches and perks in BO7. But again, I only use the competitive perks. So
gotcha. Okay.
There might be a glitch perk that I just don't know about.
No worries.
But yeah,
with close shave or close call, whatever that one is. Apparently, it gives you 25 points if you kill someone with a melee attack, and it also restores your health. But apparently, the glitch was from BO6 is that it didn't restore your health, and apparently in Black Ops 7 here, it also doesn't restore your health. So it seems like just a complete copy paste of what happened in BO6. Maybe I'm
lie,
wrong.
I didn't even know that was a perk. So
Okay, well, there we go. Clearly
it's definitely not
meta.
a perk that's used in competitive.
Yeah. And speaking of competitive, I think the only two guns we're going to be seeing here are the ARs and the SMGs. I think shotguns are G8'd, right?
Yeah, shotguns are not
Gotcha.
G8. They're just
Oh, really?
not in competitive play at all.
Okay.
So there's a difference between GAs, which is gentleman agreements,
Mm-hmm.
stuff that pro players think are overpowered, and then
Right.
there's actual restrictions. But
Okay.
looks like we're going to be loading into Den Hardpoint. And
Alright.
it looks like the Condors are going to be spawning on Dragon side to start the game.
Alright,
We're going to
pretty
go on Mince's POV, and he's going to go bottom U and throw an A right side U.
Good lineup. He makes it in the tower, so he's got a little bit of a contest on the hard point, but he does go down, unfortunately. Savvy, hopefully there for a rebound.
Yeah, and we can see Savvy's just going to play his life here while Frizzy tries to make
Frizzard.
a move left side. Now, if they can just get this guy off the hill,
Okay, good
and
shot
just
from Savvy.
keep effectively trading each other out. The big thing to note here is that P2 is on the St. Clair Saints side of the map.
Also, take a look at Frizzard. He's got a crazy flank here. But oh my goodness! COD shuts him down.
Yeah, so Frizzy was making that move trying to flip spawns. The Condors are going to have to play a wave here to try to flip out, and that's why St. Clair is just going to continue to hit. Now we can see number 3 on the map. Cootie is now pushed out front of you, and Frizzy's just not going to check this.
But he wins that. No way. Oh man, not a very good start, but it's relatively even point-wise.
So we're now caught into kind of a split spawn here, where we're kind of dying one by one, and the Condors just have to regroup and make one good solid communication together.
Yeah, but it's hard because it feels like, with the way that the St. Clair players are positioned, they're going to be blocking out those spawns, making it very hard for Connoisseur to get good spawns, and by extension, make those gunfights a little bit harder.
Yeah, at this point, the Condors are just going to have to push together, effectively trade each other, which we see good shots there at, I think, Frizzy and Neb. Now they just got to effectively trade each other out here.
All right, there we go. Conestoga starting to punch back. Points very much swinging in the favor of St. Clair, but this can only last for so long as the Conestoga players are all respawning. And I believe it's P3 will be up shortly.
Yeah, the thing here is both teams are going to be rotating here, and Condors are going to be losing these gunfights. It's going to come down to a 1v1 between Savvy and KB for this rotation. And we're going to actually see a big fight here pretty quickly. Oh, Bendy's able to get the 2-piece.
4 KB. Oh, maybe it's a little bit rough. Mince has maybe. All right, I could see he was trying to get some camouflage on the tree. Didn't quite go his way.
Yeah, that tree's actually very annoying. There's no aim assist at all around it.
Oh,
That's
really?
why a lot of players will try to use that tree.
Okay, well there we go. There's your lesson for today.
And as we see, the Condors are going to flip out. So St. Clair is doing really well to ensuring that they have the spawns for the next hill. With 20 seconds left, the Condors are just going to continue to bang out front here. And to be honest, number 6 is going to have to rotate here.
Amazing stuff from Neb. Able to clutch up that gunfight, but he's low health, so he's got to stay around, regenerate a little bit, wait out that stun to try to push up, but KB's going to shut him down. Now Mince, fantastic kill.
We're seeing how St. Clair kind of has the back spawns here. This is going to be very hard for the Condors to win, as I say, because Saints are just going to keep spawning in the back of this hill. And number 4 is going to go for a very deep flank.
He is.
The Condors are not going to read this flank, and they're just going to get shot in the back.
Okay. Oh, no, they do shut it down, actually. Great stuff from Frizzard of Oz. When did he change his name?
Frizzy changes his gamer name quite often.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, Savvy almost with a 2-piece. Okay. Oh, look at this once again. Bendy is going in for a bit of a flank here, catching. Oh, geez, who is that? Catching Frizzy off guard once again.
The Condors are having a little bit of a slow start here. I do like how they're fully rotating here to this P1. But them being down 160 to 19, it's going to be very hard for them to come back. And St. Clair is going to try to flip the spawns again.
They can certainly
This
try.
is an important gunfight here by Savvy, and unfortunately he's just not gonna win it.
Oof. When's he going to get another chance like that?
Probably quite often in hardpoint, but the hard thing here is now that St. Clair has so much map control here that they just have to effectively keep trading each other out.
Yeah, and then they can just play time.
Yeah, and St. Clair, as I said earlier, they're always playing a hill ahead. So you can see they're already spawning on the P2 side, so they have no reason to just keep banging this hill out over and over again because they already have the rotation to do.
Gotcha. And yeah, we can see those rotations coming out already.
Yeah, number 8's making a big play here, Savvy. He's going to try to cause a little bit of a pinch, but unfortunately he loses that gunfight.
Ooh,
Now,
KB. What?
Savvy
No
did
way.
cause a split spawn by number 3 here, which whoever was on the hill is not going to be able to read.
way.
And again, the St. Clair Saints are going to have a rotation anew. They're going to be pushed out front.
Oh, catch number 3 though. Look at a good flank off. Now they're going to be fighting over the tank, and Frizzard of Oz does not get whisked away.
Yeah, and this is going to become basically an impossible comeback now, being 192 to 32.
Come on,
Mintz has
Mintz.
got to play a huge life here in the back, though.
He's got it.
He's going to make the
Got it.
Saints spawn
He
out.
just barely catches them. Oh, the dashes are not quite enough. Vince picking up a 2-piece. Can he stare down the other 2 players? Not quite.
And again, St. Clair has the spawn for the back. So the Condors are just going to have to keep on bashing up front, which is just...
Oh, man. Oh, the coordination from the Saints is just phenomenal. Look at them go.
Yeah, unfortunately, as I was saying earlier, the Saints are just playing nearly flawless hardpoint right now. Always having the proper rotation, and like I said, playing a hill ahead. The Condors are going to get the last 5 seconds here, but you're going to see Saints go.
Yeah, look at those rotations.
And I would expect that the Saints probably have a few cruise
Oh,
missiles.
look at
stacked
Frizzy
up.
go. He was able to catch them. He was able to beat them there, and he gets 2 for free. Can he catch anybody else, though? KD might be walking into his crosshairs shortly. Or maybe it'll be the other way around.
Yeah, and I believe one of the Saints players must be pulling in a cruise missile right now with how slow they're playing. It's going to force the Condors to have to get into buildings.
Wads and Savvy, they're going to be running into each other quite soon. Oh, but Savvy manages to win it. Great stuff, Mintz over here in the front lines. Trying to deal with Cootie, but having some difficulty as Neb picks up 2 kills. Grabs the pistol as well. Holy goodness gracious. Swapping your weapon is faster than reloading, as a wise man once said.
The biggest thing here is that the Condors, even though they're winning a lot of gunfights, they weren't able to get much hill time off of number 3. And it looks like number 6 is already located.
Okay,
four.
Frizzy. There we go, amazing stuff. They might not be getting the hill time that they want, but winning these gunfights is certainly going to help them reset, maybe reset mentally and get them back on track for search and destroy.
Yeah, and the big the big play here is number 5. Frizzy is in a very powerful spot right now. If he gets traded out here, unfortunately, now the Condors are not going to have the back spawns.
You jinxed it.
They're just going to be able to effectively trade each other out and probably take this match.
Yeah, look at that. 228 to their names. Conestoga spawning very far away. Frizzy getting unlucky on his gunfight. Okay. Good stuff from Neb. Oh, Bendy's on a bit of a heady there.
Yeah, this is a very hard hill to break, especially when you don't have the back spawns. And you see Bendy's just playing his life on the tree very well. And I believe that is going to be the end to map
That
number
might be
1.
number 1. That's 1 point off. That's it. Yep, that's game. All right. Round over. Definitely goes very much in favor of the Saints. But you know what? I believe a few of our players are much more geared towards search and destroy, mainly with Mintz. I don't know. Is Neb a big search and destroy guy?
I would say Neb, like you stated earlier, him being the veteran, he's kind of well balanced across all the game modes.
Gotcha.
Savvy was more of an S&D player when we first were able to find him at the school. He's gotten, insanely better at respawn.
Right.
But I would say he probably leans more to the S&D style. I think that was just a very slow map out of the Condors to start, as the Saints were able to take it 250 to 83.
Yeah, over double the score is a little, it's a little bit of rubbing salt in the wound. But on the upside, Mintz was able to keep his damage per round. He had 1.9k, so not quite the 2k he was looking for, but still very, very close considering how short the game was.
Yeah.
And I do believe that Conestoga is on a bit of a newer roster. All of them have played with Conestoga, if I'm not mistaken, but there are a couple varsity players that did leave as of recently, and Frizzy and Savvy are subbing in for them, or filling in.
Yeah, so Frizzy came back to the school, and then Savvy got the promotion up from our academy roster to play on the varsity team.
I see.
This will be the 4 starters that we have for the remaining of the term.
Okay.
To be honest, we are very lucky to get Frizzy
You're
back.
right,
He's
yeah.
a very talented player. It's just, I think it's going to take a bit of time for the guys to
Gel.
get some chemistry.
Yeah.
Before this semester, or sorry, last semester, Mintz never had really any competitive background outside of S&D, so he's still a very new player when it comes to competitive.
Gotcha.
And that's why we have Coach Potsy, who's going
Right.
to help guide this team. I think the Condors could be very impressive later into the term, as well as I don't want to wrap up this match here because the Condors had a match last night in CCL.
Yeah.
They faced against Ohio State, and they beat them 3-2.
Wow.
And the maps that they won were the 2 S&Ds and the Overload.
Okay.
They didn't win either of the hard points, so
Bummer.
I wouldn't take that map number 1 as like a show of the Condors.
Sure.
I think this map number 2 is going to be a very big show to what the Condors have.
Well, hey, that is fantastic news. It's just a warm-up round, and like you were just saying, obviously they have their map preferences, they have their game mode preferences. So I'm pretty excited to see what the Condors have in store when it comes to the search and destroy and the overloads. If you don't mind me saying, and based on what you do know, who seems to be the best at overload right now?
I think that's very hard to balance.
Yeah. Okay.
I've subbed in with this roster a few times now.
Okay.
In practicing. I would say it's still kind of a learning experience. Mintz has the most reps on it because he plays in Tier 2 Challengers.
I see.
And he's been playing on a pretty good Challengers team the last couple months.
Gotcha.
So I would say he kind of has the better understanding of how it's going to be played. But to say one player, that's very hard to judge at this moment.
Fair enough. But then I do want to bring it back to the maps. I believe we're going to be playing on Exposure, and all the overload clips that I've seen have been on Exposure. Do the other maps just suck for Exposure?
So we're going to be going to an Exposure S&D. Overload is played in map 3, and that will be on Den.
Okay, so then I did read it wrong.
Yeah. So next map will be Search and Destroy on Overload.
Gotcha. Okay, well, scratch that then.
Yeah. So we will be seeing a new map if this is your first time.
I'm quite new. I do remember little bits and pieces of some prior streams, and if you want to go check those out, make sure to hit up Condors Esports on Instagram, by the way. But shameless plug aside. It sounds like there's maybe a little bit of an investment going on. These players, even though they know each other, even though they know the game, they might not know each other as well as the St. Clair players do, who I believe have been together on the same roster for the past 3-4 years.
I'm not sure how long they've been together. I know in the 2 years that I've been with the Condors that this roster has stayed the same for the most part.
Gotcha.
The biggest change I would say would be Bendy playing in the starting role. They do have another player named Rupert, who I believe is not playing. He's usually the guy that goes in that 4th spot.
Gotcha.
But Bendy is a very talented player. He's played within the St. Clair's Academy system in the last 2 years.
Okay.
So I've faced against him quite often, and I was not mad to see him get promoted to the varsity.
Right. Yeah. It's just one of those wholesome moments where you can just appreciate how good people have gotten. Even though you're cheering for the enemy in this case, because St. Clair is a very big rival of Conestoga. We're very glad to see all of the amazing advancements when it comes to esports, and just the overall execution. Because as we saw from that last match, that was very, very, almost perfect, I would say, in terms of blocking out those spawns.
Yeah, I'll say one thing. I know St. Clair's coach, his name's Brandon.
Yeah.
He likes to play a very fundamental game. And
Right.
I know he puts in a lot of time with these guys to ensure that they're playing the right way, as well as 3 of the players who are playing for St. Clair tonight also play in challengers similar to mints at a very high level. So they're going to have a very high understanding of how this game has to be played.
Gotcha.
And they're going to have a lot of practice and reps.
All right, all right. And you know what? Fair enough, man. Like, if you got that amount of hours that you can put into the game, absolutely take everything you can get. But one thing about fundamentals, you know, I'm a little bit newer, and for the other people in the audience that may also be newer, what do you mean by that? Is that just winning gunfights and spawns, or is there something deeper?
No. So every game mode has like a different way of playing it. For respawn, it's like reading spawns and where you can kind of expect people to be. When it comes to search and destroy, there is a thing called timings, and kind of knowing where people are going to be off breakoffs, as well as kind of having set plays. This Call of Duty plays a little bit more similarly to jetpack CODs, where if you group up as a 4-stack and just run it down together, this game can kind of benefit you. In the past few CODs, you kind of would spread the map, play for information, and then like 2 people try to pick one guy off at the same time.
Okay.
I think you're still probably going to see, just knowing how St. Clair plays, probably a little bit more slow out of them. Another thing which I believe should be happening tonight is the sniper should be used every single round.
Okay.
In one of the most recent updates, they made it where we could turn aim assist off on the sniper rifle.
Okay.
So that means that if you're using a sniper, you don't have aim assist, which makes it harder to use.
I feel like that balances it a little bit more, though.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's always been like the main complaint from the pro players.
Oh, really? They want the aim assist on the sniper?
They don't want it.
Okay.
Because then you could just hold a lane and the aim assist is just going to lock onto the person.
Gotcha.
But for the fans, we've always loved seeing the sniper within the game. So I'm happy with the change that the Activision has done. I mean, one good change that they've made.
You know, step in the right direction, baby. Next up, we can tackle those lobby issues. I'm just kidding. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Maybe we can get some different perks, or maybe that other perk fixed. But you know, anyway, let's go back to talking about exposure. I believe this is a new map. Yes.
Yeah. Everything in this rotation except for one S&D map is a new map.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. And have you noticed any like major differences between maybe some of the older maps and the newer maps? Like any, you know, like are the map shapes more defined, if that makes sense? Like, you know, I'm seeing large boxes for this one, for the solar panels, for the.
I mean, the big thing to remember is that there's advanced movement with the wall bouncing.
Right.
So a lot of these maps have been made around that mechanic. Yeah. A lot of the older COD, there is a lot of older maps that have come into this COD. They're just not used because of this new mechanic. The maps aren't. I don't want to say balanced, but they just don't.
No, I get what you mean. They're just not built for this system.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough then.
So yeah, a lot of these maps are made around the new mechanics, and I'm sure as time goes on, the maps are going to rotate in and out.
Yeah.
Which I've always liked a refreshing map pool. I think it is best for Call of Duty so that you don't continuously see the same maps coming in and out.
Get some variety in there. Yeah.
Although
you are with the ACAD players, and if I'm not mistaken, Hacienda was one of the best maps for the Varsity and the Academy team. How have the players been adjusting to that?
I mean, we're adjusting to that fine.
Okay.
As COD kids, we're used to a new COD coming out every year.
Yeah, so you know what? That's very fair.
To have our map pool completely changed, it's nothing new. We're used to it every year. I would say Hacienda was, a more favorited map for Varsity and Savvy. I don't think on COD ACAD that it was our best map, but we ran it because it made Savvy happy.
All right, fair enough. All right.
But yeah, I'm not mad to see that map gone.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not mad at all.
All right. If I'm not mistaken, a lot of people really love the map. So, like, what really did it for you? Like, what made you say, grr, I hate the
the map was originally made for Black Ops 4, which was a 5v5 COD. So playing it in a 4v4 COD just made things more hectic to read.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, like, there's more area you have to cover with less people. Very, very
more
fair.
Lanes. Easy.
Yes.
It's easier for people to kind of get through and cause for heckness. behind
Yeah,
you.
no, I'm with that. I'm with that. All right, fair enough. But let's stop talking about the older maps and start talking about this game that we're about to be seeing, map number 2. All right, the score right now is 1-0 in favor of St. Clair. All right, let's go. Let's
And
lock
we're
in.
gonna have the
reset.
Saints on offense here. Bendy is gonna grab the ball. We're gonna have Mintz with the sniper rifle here. He's pre-aiming this top ring area, hoping for somebody to hop over it. And we see Savvy getting the first pick on KB.
And we're gonna see Savvy go head-to-head with Bendy here. Oh, maybe not. I
Yeah,
thought he was.
yeah. Unfortunately, Bendy was able to win that gunfight.
Oh, no, you're right.
At the same time, Seawads was able to take on Frizzy. So we're now into a 3v2 situation. It'll be Neb with the sub and Mintz with the sniper rifle. They're gonna group up here. Oh, actually, it doesn't look like
They're
they're
gonna have to
group
try
off.
something fast.
Mintz might get very good timing.
Okay.
He's able to get the
Going with
first
the
one.
pistol. Does get traded out anyways, but Neb might have a pretty solid, flank here. Because I don't think either of the St. Clair players knows where he's at, and they haven't dropped the bomb off yet.
At the same rate, St. Clair's doing a very good thing here. They're roaming together, effectively looking just to trade each other out. And
No way that they both that. All right, so Neb, he does find Kuti, but neither of them find each other in their crosshairs for long enough to get a kill.
yeah, but unfortunately, the Saints are going to now play lower dirt. This is going to be a very hard retake out of Neb, especially with the sub here, because number 1 is just going to keep on watching bomb, while number 3 has number 1's flank.
Yeah, he has so much area to clear here, and when you're doing it by yourself, it just takes so much longer. He might be able to find one gunfight here unless he gets caught in the crossfire, with St. Clair winning round number 1 of map number 2. 1st to 6 rounds, okay. Okay, I mean, yeah, let's watch that one back, all right? That was a great crossfire from St. Clair. They had all their bases covered, and they just set up from across each other. So even if Neb won that gunfight against Bendy, he was guaranteed to die from the other player. It's pretty smart.
Yeah, and on top of that, even if the other player wasn't able to get the trade, he could have just played his life and ran away.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Gonna have to defuse the bomb, and I think there's less than 14 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, is it still... Wait, how long does it take to defuse this
7.5
bomb?
seconds.
Okay, I was going to ask if it was still 7. Or was it 7.5 and 6?
I believe it was 7.5 and 6.
All right, well, then I'll shut up.
So Mintz is now going to be looking lower dirt here, but there's going to be nobody there. We can see the Saints are actually pushing out mid-cut, and they're going to be able to get a 1-for-1 trade here. Number 2 is going to be flanking the Condors. That would be Seawads. This is going to be a very important flank here.
Oh, I thought
actually
they just
looks like
missed
he's
each
gonna
other.
double back.
One Bendy?
This is going to be some very good timing out of Savvy, actually. We're now into a 2v2 situation, and Savvy and Frizzy are going to
Savvy's got to turn around. He wins the gunfight. No way. 2v1 now.
Now the Condors, that was actually
Nice.
a really good round out of Savvy. I believe he
Fantastic.
was able to get 3 kills there
Mm-hmm.
to tie it up 1-1.
Yeah, tied up 1-1. And you know what? We saw from there, maybe St. Clair getting a taste of their own medicine. They had the 1v2 there, and they were trying to... And he was caught in a crossfire. Focused on the one gunfight and couldn't quite take either. Honestly, not bad. Okay. Not terrible. Not terrible. We're going to be switching sides once more. I believe you do switch sides every round, so just be aware of that. St. Clair starting off with that offense once again. We'll see. Do you think Savvy's going to change, or Mintz is going to change his sniper position? Or is he just still going to be looking towards that top area?
I think he's going to continue to look at this top area, expecting eventually somebody to do this hop. And it looks like he's going to get naded. St. Clair is going to be playing very aggressive through the P3 side. And number 2 is just going to watch their flank. And the Condors have kind of given up this bomb site. And it's going to be very hard for the Condors to read number 2 here. Even though number 2 looks like he's so far out of the play, he's basically got their super flank. And now number 2 is going to play a timing and try to collapse.
3v3, but hold on. I think Neb might know what's coming up. Might be able to catch the flank. But the Condors unfortunately get wiped in their 3v3.
That was just a very clean
All right.
round out of the Saints. They were able to read that the Condors were not on the B bomb site, get the bomb planted, and then they were unfortunately losing their one-on-one gun battles. But the Condors are going to be going on to offense now,
Yeah.
and let's see if they can kind of repeat what they did last round. It would be
Fingers
nice
crossed.
to see them try to play an aggressive round here, just try to push something out together. Maybe try to get into a bit of a post plant so that they're then forcing St. Clair to kind of play a retake. As we see, Neb is going to grab the bomb. Mintz is going to try to get the snipe. So if you see the movement that Mintz just did there, that's what Mintz is trying to counter on the other side.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that's a very
amazing
nice
shot.
shot out of Mintz. Frizzy's in a very powerful spot right now, being in sync.
He does not have a lot of health to play with.
No, but him and Neb are now going to try searching for this guy.
Oh, the 2v2 crossfire with number 1. Andy finding a couple, but no kills.
Yeah, they still at least know that this guy's in the back, and they're going to force
Watch the flank. Okay, nice. First Ravage shuts him down.
4v2 situation
time.
now. The Saints are going to be pushing out the Condors long, and they're actually going to be a little bit separated here.
Baby. Great stuff from Mintz once again. There's a smoke out. 1v4.
This is going to be a play out Savvy. Savvy's going to have to hold this flank here.
Bendy, the only member remaining.
Savvy got a timing there. Bendy's now through.
Oh.
And fortunately enough, Savvy was able to pick up that flank and catch Bendy from behind. And the Condors now tie it up 2-2.
Yeah, you know, I'm starting to think that this map is just attacker-sided. Every single time someone's been an attacker, they have won the game either flawlessly or with a man advantage.
I would say this map is a very hard map to get people through, like in the back
Oh,
end.
really? Okay.
And that's why it seems a little bit more attack-sided.
Gotcha.
Especially with now having the sniper out permanently, you basically can just have a sniper lock down a lane, and then your other 3 players roam together. Now we're going to see Mintz. I'm going to assume he's going to look for this hop again. And
oh, there we go.
just like that, he kept doing it, expecting somebody to eventually do that hop up.
And they fell for it.
Yeah.
All right, great counter. And I don't know if you saw, but he waited for the nades to come in through the window, so he couldn't get chunked out, which allowed him to stay in that angle a little bit longer and just take that extra second and just wipe the face clean off of Bendy.
And it looks like you have maybe Caster Jinxes saying it's an offensive round as the Condors are now in 1v4. And they know that this guy is on the back plat. And the Condors will now take the lead.
Nice.
3-2.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm very glad that I did Caster Curse it, but I'm hoping that I don't Caster Curse it for this next round coming up, because I believe the Condors are going to be on offense once more. And, yeah. They've been looking pretty good on their offense, but I don't really know about the sniper rifle for the offense. You know, obviously, last round you were saying that he hops up at the start of the round to counter what he was doing on defense. I don't think we've really seen a lot of players from the side of St. Clair play in that window area.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those spots. Like I said, with Bendy in this 4th spot, maybe the other player is usually their sniper player, because I don't think I've seen a sniper come out of the Saints at all. So it's kind of Mintz is the only sniper here on the map, and he gets the hit marker.
Okay.
But he's able to back that guy up. And now we have the information that, you know, top white is going to be clear. Frizzy is going to claim all this map positioning. And it looks like Mintz is going to get one.
Okay.
A little bit of an overheat there out of Mintz. And it's going to cause for a 2-for-1 trade here. Savvy,
nice.
A very good pick here. And now we're in a 2v2 situation. Savvy and Frizzy versus KB and Bendy.
Well, we're going to see.
And the
Frizzy
Saints
has a bit of a timing.
Yeah, but the Saints are going to just roam together here. Frizzy's just trying to keep this top white control. Or sorry, not Frizzy.
Yeah.
Savvy's just trying to keep this top white control. And we're now going to see Frizzy come to A and probably plant the bomb. He might get some very unfortunate timing here.
He might indeed. As number 4's on the flank, number 1 coming in from the other side. Can he get this plant down? That's the big question. No, he can't. There's no way. There's maybe a split second off, but he couldn't quite get it down. Now Savage with an impossible task gets shot down mid-plant. St. Clair tying the game up once again 3-3.
Yeah, that was a very good play.
That was quite good.
They were able to wrap B bomb site and see that nothing was there, and then they just basically separated, checking both bomb sites.
You know, you were saying that their coach is a big fan of fundamentals. I can absolutely see that. The way that they're playing the map is, I would honestly say they're playing the map more than they're playing the gunfights. It feels like they're just so tactical in the way that they kind of rotate around. And like you were saying, every other round, they've whenever they have the man advantage, they're always using that to their advantage, 2v1s, 3v1s, and just isolating these fights when they matter most.
Yeah, the biggest thing is when you have a man advantage, is just ensuring you keep that man advantage. And we're going to see an aggressive play here on Frizzy. Frizzy's going to be pushing out there long.
Number 5, number 2,
but
though.
Frizzy got some
might be some COD timing
here. A little bit rough of a trigger finger there.
A little bit rough, but, you know, not too bad. Bomb still in the hands of number 3.
Yeah, and what the Saints are doing now is they're going to try to hunt Frizzy down.
And it looks like they might be successful. He gets dropped quite low, but he takes one for the road. Now he's going to be on the run, trying to regen up. And it looks like they're going to have to stop their chase. They want to cut their losses and get this bomb site onto B. Now Savvy, he's got a very strong flank angle.
Yeah, and we can now see Frizzy's going for a flank here, and Neb is just waiting for Frizzy.
Yeah, it's going to be a big pinch, forces him to the other side of the tank, gets some chip damage off, but now all 3 Saints are going to be turning their attention over to these 2 players of Conestoga. Frizzy's got to step up here. Just ring around the rosy with the tank. C-Wads is on the hunt. He knows there's blood in the water, but he doesn't quite take it. And now Bendy's going to look right in the eyes of Frizzy and give away a kill. Frizzy's not able to win his gunfight, but now KB is struck down.
What a play by Savvy. And he's going to have enough time for the defuse.
I think he will.
For sure.
Beautiful round. Okay. Conestoga really feeling the map on the defense side of things. All right, there we go. Yeah, like you said, 7.5 seconds. That's quite good. That is quite good. 3-4 in favor of the Condors. 1st to 6th, though, so I think the pressure's going to be on.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the Condors plan to do here on an offensive round. I think St. Clair is eventually going to talk out what the Condors are doing here.
Yeah.
If they continue to do the same thing every single round.
But we've never seen them pick up the sniper rifle. I wonder who's going to make the shift. I would assume maybe Bendy would make the shift. I feel like he's their flex player.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it would probably be more KB that would probably pull out the sniper. As we see there, Frizzy tried to play in a very aggressive play there by himself and is not going to get traded out. But they have the ability to single out number 2 here.
Oh, C-Wads never look to the left.
Very good. They've now evened up the numbers, 3-3 here. And they might be able to get number 1 here on the flank.
Ooh, Mince with his pistol out.
Oh, they're just going
to...
Savvy was able to get him. So now the Condors have the numbers in their favor. The biggest thing now is number 8 has to slow down and wait for...
Ooh, maybe speed up as he manages to win the fight. Great stuff from Savvy. And now very much numbers advantage, 1v3. Yeah. And it looks like they might have an idea where he's at.
Well, Cody's just going to play behind this box. He might actually go for a ninja defuse.
Oh, there's no way.
If the Condors aren't careful... Oh my god. What a play by Cody.
Curse. Mince, now he knows where he's at, but can he win the gunfight? Cody's
and the thing is he only has a sniper and a pistol.
He does have the sniper and a pistol. Oh man, but he does have the bomb down, so if he just plays safe... No, he doesn't have the bomb down. Never mind. Cody just has to play life. Can he run away? Takes out the knife for a little bit extra speed. He slips and slides around, and he catches... Oh man, that was rough.
Yeah, that was one of those situations where the Condors didn't clear out the back of the bomb site. And Cootie took an advantage on the timing, was able to get the guy off the bomb as well as get the guy that was covering over top of him, and able to play his life to put him into the 1v1 situation. You got to credit Cootie on the play there.
Absolutely.
You know, a very smart play out of him. And we are now retied 4-4.
Amazing patience as well. I feel like he maybe could have taken the fight at any point sooner and gotten those kills, but I just love the patience there. It shows, you know, he's okay maybe not being the flashiest player in the game, but he just wants to make sure that he gets that win. Now Mance is going to come up with a sniper lineup once again, but I think they've started to catch on to what he's doing.
Yeah, and we see the Saints here. They're just going to play aggressively. Neb's going to get caught with the stun here. And the Saints are now in a 4v3 advantage. Frizzy has to be careful here.
Okay. Nah, B-bomb site is given up. Now Mince still has the sniper rifle, so if he gets a good angle, it's going to be a free kill. that challenge is going to be getting that good angle with all this movement and all these close quarters on the B-bomb site.
And we see now that
COD
is playing kind of in a cruddy corner here.
Yeah.
Even though Savvy knows he's here, he probably has a sub in hand, and he's going to activate. And as I said that, and now they're just going to pounce on Savvy. They're not going to let Savvy get away
Grabs
here.
one. No. Very, very close to winning that second duel. And now St. Clair up in points once again, 5-4. This is going to be map point for them. Conestoga cannot give any more inches or miles to the Saints.
And I'm very curious to see here what Cootie is at in kill streaks. He might be getting close to the cruise missile. I believe he was able to get at least 2 kills there, as well as he was able to get the 3 kills the round before. He's on a 7 killing spree, so he might have a cruise missile.
Okay.
That could be
that is a big advantage.
Oh, he does not have the cruise missile yet. He's just a sliver off.
Okay. He needs one more kill?
One more kill, or he could throw a trophy and block a nade and stun and possibly get it.
Gotcha.
Frizzy's got
really
the
very aggressive. Okay.
And is able to fry Bendy off the heady roll.
Great stuff. I mean, Frizzy's just been on these aggressive angles the entire game. He's always been putting in the work when it comes to... Oh, might be trying to go out of bounds here for a cheeky kill on the KB.
What a play out of Frizzy.
What a play.
That is some very smart tech there, you know, hopping out of the map.
Yeah.
And now the Commodores are in a 4v2 situation. They
does he
see
push up, though?
the information on the back. They're going to get the bomb plant. This should be going to around 11.
Ooh, Wizard of Oz. Tries to pull out some magic. See what gets caught. And actually, Frizzy might be able to go for an ace here.
Now they can't let Cootie get a kill here.
All
Perfect.
right.
Cootie did not get the cruise missile. We're going to a round 11.
They're safe. They're safe. All right.
Winner takes all. I'm curious to see if the Commodores are going to be on defense here or on offense. It usually goes based off kills to deaths.
Okay. Okay, we'll see. All right. Final round map point for either team. This could tie up the series 1-1 or give St. Clair a crazy advantage.
And the Commodores are going to be on defense here.
Okay.
I'm very curious to see what the Saints are going to do. I think Mintz is probably going to have a sniper rifle. I would like to see Mintz try to get a pick here if he does. Ooh, see when he pulls out the gun. They're actually going to push out P3 together here by looks
I
of
think
it.
it's just got the SMG.
Yeah, and if we see the Saints are playing very slow. So they're waiting for the Condors to overextend here.
They are, and they're probably going to be waiting for that sniper rifle shot, but, you know, they did switch it up. It's fine. Maybe a bit of a flank angle.
Are they?
Or gets a kill. That's not so good.
Unfortunately, Frizzy gets picked off. We are now into a 4v3 man advantage for the St. Clair Saints, and it looks like they're going to hop up on this bomb.
Cootie maybe in a bit of a risky spot as Savvy.
I don't think Savvy's stun hit there. That would have been some very important information.
Ooh,
this is going to be a very hard read for Savvy for this guy to be behind.
Mintz, though, able to get a kill. Nice. Almost evening out the numbers. Now Savvy in a very tough spot. Might be flanked by number 1 there. Yes, he does. Neb, can he finish this up? Gets a great flank.
He's going to know where Bendy is here. And he's going to know that he has an AR.
He's also going to have to do this within 20 seconds. If he looks to the left, Neb, other way.
Yeah,
oh, Neb
unfortunately,
to the right.
Bendy
God timing.
saw him. Bendy's just going to play his life here because he knows that he has to defuse the bomb.
Oh, that's really unlucky, Neb. He had such an advantage. Maybe he catches him with the gun out. He catches him on the wall hop, but I don't think it matters as the bomb is going to tick down and give St. Clair the final round, making the series 2-0.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that is rough.
It's a very smart play out of Bendy
very,
there,
very smart.
know, seeing Neb there and realizing only 10 seconds left on the clock. Plays his life, rechecks the bomb with less than 7 seconds left, and gives the St. Clair Saints a map number 2 win on exposure S&D.
Oh, man, that is... You know, it's a bit of a heartbreaker. You know, very well played nonetheless. Definitely a lot closer than that's not Search and Destroy. Hardpoint map. So, you know what? You are right. Don't count the Condors out just yet. But if you do have to go, don't even worry about it because all the best moments are going to be on the Condors Esports Instagram channel. So make sure you check that out when you got the time. And if you can stay, get ready for the Search and Destroy. Dare I say the best game mode for the Condors.
So we're going to be going to an overload.
You're right. We
just got off Search and Destroy.
Yeah. Okay.
It's fine. Yeah, and I mean, this is the new game mode. We're going to be going to, I believe, a den overload.
Yep.
As we see on screen here. The Condors are now going to have to put everything on the line to try to win the series.
Yep.
They're going to have to complete a reverse sweep. And I would like to see, even if the Condors can't win this,
at least
I think
one map.
Try to put as much weight into this next map and show the Saints, we're not as easy as you think we are.
Exactly.
I know that map number 1 doesn't look close, but
map number 2.
If the Condors fix a few of the mistakes that they made, that could have easily been won by the Condors.
With map number 1?
No, map number 2.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
it just comes down to checking your corners, crossing the T's, dotting the I's.
Yeah, and there were some very good plays out of the Saints there, and I bet you if the Condors were to replay that map right now, they could easily, well, maybe not easily, but they could win.
They would definitely have the upper hand. All right, and you know what? I'm very much open to that theory, because if this does go to a map number 4, it's not quite going to be search and destroy just yet. If it goes to a map 5, then we'll get that search and destroy action. But overload, we'll see how both these teams do. I don't think we're able to get a ton of data on the Saints, so I don't know how comfortable they are with this.
Yeah, I believe they were 5-0 in CCL on the semester, as well as they're undefeated in the Super Conference.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure what their map win-loss ratio is, but I would expect a lot of those to be 3-0s. Just knowing how the division is separated in CCL, I would say that St. Clair and the Condors are kind of the 2 top teams when it comes to that division right now.
Okay.
So with that being 5-0, I would expect they've probably 3-0'd all the
All right, and you know what? Very, very fair. Conestoga's 4-0. I don't think we've had a lot of 3-0s for us.
We're actually 4-1.
4-1. Okay.
Yeah. So we lost to a team in Ohio. I don't know the exact name of them.
I'll put you on the spot here.
Yeah. And then we've beaten a few other teams. I know Ball and Walls Academy was one.
Okay.
I believe last night they beat Buckeyes, which is a very good team. As we are loading into Den Overload.
Right. Back to Den, the second Den map of the series. At first, we saw it on that hardpoint map. Now we're going to be seeing it on the newest game mode, which is Overload. A little bit like football, a little bit like Capture the Flag, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Am I mistaken?
No, you're bang on with that.
Let's go.
And to kind of explain somewhat, maybe in more context, one of our scrims, we had a former player named J-Ray who tuned into our scrim, and he kind of explained how this game mode is somewhat played.
Okay.
So depending on where we call it the ball. I think instead of calling it the EMP, it's easier just to call the ball.
Yeah, fair.
For every spawn it has basically 2 primary spawns.
Okay.
So we're gonna see a lot of the times where the Condors or St. Clair are gonna look to get rallies. As we see this, we're a little bit in a standoff, which happens a lot on Den Overload. Somebody is going to have to try to get in behind the players. As we see, Savvy's just going to be playing in this window here.
It's a very strong angle.
Yeah, and the big thing here is Savvy can just keep putting in damage. That's 3 down for the Saints. That's 4 down.
Yeah.
Neb is going to try to get bottom server control. I don't know if they're going to read this top window.
C-Wad certainly is not going to read it as Neb picks up a kill, maybe even a second one as Bendy is sliding through the ground.
But unfortunately, KB is going to pick off Neb. Frizzy has a very powerful spot here. The St. Clair is going to have to worry about trying to get Frizzy out. As Frizzy gets 2-piece here.
Okay.
And we can see Frizzy is forcing them to spawn B-side. This should be a cap for the Condors.
All right, amazing start for the Condors, able to punch above their weight. Now we'll see where that ball is going to be spawning next.
And we see the ball is spawning on the right side. So now Mintz can play his life here and just be a
nice. Just get as much damage off as possible. Make these next. Conestoga rotates even better as he gets 2 for free.
St. Clair has somebody on the flank though. Number 7 can cause a big headache here.
Oh, okay. Actually, Conestoga fumbles the ball a little bit. They do manage to die, but it's still very much in the territory of St. Clair.
So something that's we didn't say before, the person who's carrying the ball only has their pistol.
Okay.
There is a glitch where they can sometimes still have their primary AR, which is COD though. But yeah, it makes it very hard when your last guy alive is the person with the EMP or the ball.
Yeah.
As they're going to be the only having their pistol.
Well, number 5, Neb, barely able to escape with his life, but at this point they just want to protect Mince.
Yeah, this is going to be really hard with Mince being the front man up here.
Yeah, I feel like he needs his gun.
Yeah, and you kind of saw him there pause to let the guys with their main weapons get ahead.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like a protect the president.
Basically. And at this point, like, number 4 should just leave the EMP.
Yeah.
Which Savvy's doing, because getting kills here is a lot more important than picking up the EMP. Because if it resets, it would just reset where it was.
Yeah.
Mince has to go big here.
He has to go big, or it's go big or go home. Gets Cootie, but he can't.
They should be able to stall this out, though, as the Condors are going to have a man advantage here in this fight.
Yeah. Oh, 8 actually manages to get a pick off.
And we see Saints are actually going to have a very big pick here in number 7, Cootie, who's going to be wrapping to the left side of the map. And as I say that, he's now going to be a
He's going to try to get the ball, but he's hopping around like it's Easter. Great stuff from Mince.
Yeah, Mince is going to grab this AMP and just try to run away.
Yeah.
And this is perfect out of Mince.
Look at Frizzy with that amazing flank angle. Gets one, gets traded, but the fact that he's in there forces the attention away from St. Clair.
Yeah, we're now back kind of in a situation where the Saints are going to have a free flank here on the EMP carrier. And number 8 is just going to be annoying. So kind of like before, number 8's pushed up so much that he's just going to be a pain for the Condors. And we're going to be looking at a tie game here now, 1-1. The EMP is going to be spawning on the left side of the map. The Condors are going to have the advantage here on this race to getting this EMP.
Nice. And look at Frizzy's position.
If number 3 can get this flank, which unfortunately is not. Very unfortunate. And now the Saints are going to be pushed out into the Condor spawn.
Oh man. Okay, well at least Conestoga is all together, so it's going to make these fights a little bit easier. Number 8 going to try to test. Ooh, no way. C-Wads was able to get it in.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Condors were able to get the kills, but just a little bit late.
It's just a little too late. But they will have the advantage towards that bomb spawn, or the ball spawn once again, which might be the saving grace, as 6 is going to have to fight a 2v1. But with 8 in the back line, can they find him in time? Maybe ices out Mince. Oh man.
Yeah, something you're going to see is the Saints are continuously having somebody go on flank, and the Condors are either going to have to pick that up as KB gets another 3-piece. This is going to be another capture for the Saints.
Oh, it's not looking so good. 15 seconds on the clock. Does the clock still count down if the bomb is held?
It does, but if the ball is being held, we'll go into an overtime.
Gotcha, okay.
So there's going to be an overtime here unless
unless they can get it in. Nope. All right.
So they were able to get in before the time right now. We would have went to overtime anyways, so the Saints would have gotten that 4th point. The Condors are now done 4-1 going into the halftime. But the big thing about this game mode and this map, I would say that there's never a score that's safe. Really? You can rally if you know how to make the other team spawn in certain spots. You can rally this ball over and over again.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see if they can do it. Conestoga, they had a very strong start in that last round there, so we'll see if they can pull it back for halftime. Nice knife. I like that.
Yeah.
Good taste in skins. All right.
And now the Condors are going to be on the other side of the map. I would like to see them start to activate players, you know, kind of do what the Saints are doing. They're going for flanks.
Nice.
And it looks like Neb is going to be that person to do that. The Saints are going to go 3 dead here, but they have to worry about this guy hole in the wall.
KB as well. He gets shot from his position.
Number 3 here, though, he's been seen. I was going to say Neb there could have went for an activation, but now Mince is kind of stuck by himself.
Gets the kill with the pistol.
And here's a situation where Saints just run right through. They probably could have gotten a cap there, but they stalled it out. Probably didn't know how close the Condor spawned. But again, the Saints are just sending somebody on the flank every time. And he's going to kill number 3 here, probably kill number 4, and that's going to be another capture for the St. Clair Saints.
All right, 1-5 for now. Still, you know, like you said, it's still doable. It's just going to be very, very difficult. Deck stacked against the Condors. Where's that ball coming up now? Into the hands of Cootie.
And kind of like what the Condors were doing in the first
Oh,
half.
no way.
They were keeping so much map control on the Condor side, forcing for there to be a rally there. And now the Condors are just going to have to try to get their base clear. As I was saying that, they were able to kill Cootie. But you kind of see what CWADS did there, how he didn't grab the EMP. He realizes that he needs to take map positioning before grabbing the objective.
Gotcha.
And he was able to get awarded by getting a 2-piece there. And now the Saints should have a free lane back to capturing this.
Oh, look at that. 1-7. One more point and the Saints will be going home with a gold medal around their necks. Savvy's going to try to get compensation kills, but he gets compensation killed. And now Neb as well, going to also bite the dust.
Yeah, it's going to be near impossible for the Condors to come back to this map. Down 7-1 with just under 3 minutes left. I would like to see the Condors just try to make a little bit of a push. Try to get a few captures.
Maybe this is it.
Maybe start a rally. Like I said, I don't think any score is ever safe in this game mode.
Oh.
But it's hard when you're taking solo challenges like that.
It is very hard, and especially he's only got that pistol. If he had a better gun, you know, maybe drop the bomb, save it for later like you were suggesting they do. Maybe it could have gone differently. But man, oh man, Frizzy gonna bite the dust.
Yeah.
Oh, it's rough.
The big thing here is now the Saints are just gonna... Actually, I was gonna say effectively trade each other out, but they were not able to do that. But I really don't like how Neb is the one grabbing the CMP. He's the furthest one.
Oh, he's pushing up though. Okay.
Yeah, but the Saints are just gonna keep spawning close.
They're gonna keep spawning close, but maybe Neb can maneuver around the map. Not quite as Benny picks up a kill. He gets 2. No way. Oh man. Frizzy gonna try to protect this bomb, but it's gonna be very, very hard when it's in the hands of the Saints.
And with a minute 45 left, it
might be wraps.
Basically nearly impossible. They're gonna have to get 6 captures, and it takes around 10 seconds for the ball to respawn.
Yeah.
That's a minute right there. It's
not looking good.
For them to have to rally, it's gonna be really hard.
Very, very hard indeed. Cootie with the bomb in hand.
Yeah,
I think
here's
that's going to be the 8th capture. He gets in there. Yes, he does. Slides right in for the St. Clair victory. I know it says Conestoga. I know we wanted it to be Conestoga, but unfortunately, that is St. Clair. You know, they played well. They played the rotations. They had the fundamentals. And let's take a look at this best play by Cootie. 21-17.
Yeah, definitely. I would say there's a little bit of a tilt there at the end where St. Clair just kind of had taken over. Something that to kind of consider is that a lot of times when we face teams in collegiate, it's not till playoffs that you get to see that team again.
Right,
the Condors could have easily won map number 2.
Yeah.
And they have the opportunity to replay the Saints next Wednesday.
Yeah, that is very true. So make
tomorrow.
sure. I mean, yeah, so make sure you stay tuned for all the awesome esports action. Condors esports on Instagram. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned. Definitely, you know what, a couple things that need to be tied up for the side of the Condors. You know, they played well regardless. They played to their strengths, and for the ones that they did win, they won very, very decidedly. But yeah, you know, it's just making sure you get the reps in the game modes that you're not so comfortable in. Clearly, St. Clair's got a lot of practice on Overload.
Yeah, and I would say that this is kind of... Sure, it sucks to see the Condors lose, but like I was saying before, this is a good baseline. They're going to have this footage to kind of go look back at some of the mistakes they made, and they're going to have the ability to redeem themselves again next Wednesday and try to get their payback. Even though it won't be in the CCL and it'll be in NACE, you know, they now know where the St. Clair Saints sit, and they have the opportunity to get revenge next week.
100%. You know, maybe they can catch on to those rotates that St. Clair was using. If you saw during the hardpoint map, they were very, very good at blocking off those key spawns and making sure Conestoga had to spawn way, way over in Timbuktu instead of right near that hill where they needed to be. So I'm hoping that I'm hoping that they're able to learn and really see what works, what doesn't, and just push them to victory for next time. But until that happens, I've been your host, Gareth, with my co-host TMC, and we will probably see you next week.
Classic. Alright, what do we got here? Oh, chat, this guy is cooked. Oh, pre-fire. Pop it open. Warming up those fingies. And now he's just not missing any shots? That can't be how that works. Moving on. Ooh, obelisk. And chimps and VR helmets. And a legally differentiated enough version of film score.
Game begin.
Off-seas, we've been around for about two to 3 years now. We started during the pandemic. We started with virtual tournaments, getting students, from across the province to be able to play together. One of our short-term and long-term goals has been to, provide an opportunity for an in-person event. We actually have teams coming from all over the province. Some of the other titles that we've supported through OFSI has been League of Legends, Smash Brothers, Valorant. So we of course have Rocket League. And our most recent one will be Minecraft Education. So we try to choose whatever title our players want to play. So as long as we have demand for a title, that's the title we go with.
You better listen up. Listen when I'm feeling it. Yeah, I got a hit list. Never chasing any bag, only teach where to place 'em. Solo on a throne, don't need another man telling me how to live my life lavishly. 'Cause I'm built different, boy, let me speak. Try to pretend me, but you take it to the main dish.
out them.